Welcome, everyone, to the ultimate game in the college football season. Everything has built to this, the battle for the national championship and college football immortality, a moment that every young football player grows up dreaming about. And it almost feels like we were destined to get to this point. The top two seeds of the college football playoff have survived. They've been on a collision course all season long. They've come through the challenges and the distractions, and now they'll fight for that beautiful trophy. As we'll see the number 2 seed in this playoff, the South Florida Bulls, taking on a squad from the SEC, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. And this is it. 2 teams enter, 1 team leaves here as national champions. Let's get this going. The kickoff team is out there, and you can feel the energy. 1 game to determine the national championship. The turn begins inside the 10. Tackled at the 22. Good job by the coverage team. The Bulls offense will get the chance to start this game off. Well, here we go, Kirk. The energy in this place is tremendous. We are 60 minutes away from crowning a new national champion.
And think about it, Chris. These 2 teams have put everything into this to get to this stage and this opportunity. Let's see who can handle it better.
First play of the drive, he looks left for a completion.
Well, they don't pick up the first down here, but if you can use the quick passing game to stay ahead of the chains, it definitely helps your offense. And if that defense starts to creep up and take that away, that's when you can take a shot downfield.
Second down play coming up. Offense will keep it on the ground here. The Bulls pick up enough yardage to get a fresh set of downs.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
Big pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And the runner brought down right at the 38-yard line.
You know, a lot of times these types of plays either go for nothing or they can go for a huge chunk of yards. Here they do a nice job of getting it to the outside, turning it upfield, and ended up getting a nice gain out of it.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Here's the toss play. Runner heads outside. It's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
Go with the toss play here to the left side. Let's give credit to the guys up front, the offensive line, center, guard, tackle. They seal the edge. But I love seeing the receiver's willingness to be a part of that and a good job of blocking downfield. Otherwise, that play cannot be spilled out of the backfield and into the open field. So everyone handled their responsibility. To pick up some nice yards.
Now it's second down here. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Grab made by the tight end. They bring him down. That's a very solid gain, but still well short of the first down. Offense gets set up here. It's third down.
Well, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
Bulls line up on first and 10 now. Looking to throw again. Delivers from the pocket, complete over the middle. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
The Bulls are going to cash in here in the red zone. Here comes a handoff. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
On first down, why not keep it on the ground? And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, USF. In a national championship game, you can't do a better job than setting the tone immediately.
Look, it's the biggest game of the year, so you got to bring your best. An opening drive, the offense right there just did that. That's how you get this thing started.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And it's 7-0 after the PAT. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. Looks like the returner will try and field this one. Tackle at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense comes out for their first possession today. All right, Kirk, let's take a quick look at the impact players for today's game and how they're going to affect the outcome.
These are your leaders on the field and in the locker room. These are your go-to guys, not only when you need a play to be made, but also when you need somebody to rally your team.
Looking to throw it on first down. Makes a quick grab. Runner scoots out of bounds after gaining decent yards. Backs lined up on either side of the quarterback.
Chris, I think you got to give all the credit to the wide receiver here. Man-to-man coverage on an out route. That is a tough ask. Good inside move on the stem to separate from the defender, and a great throw by the quarterback near the sideline.
Crucial third down play right here. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Defense is quick. And now the ball comes out. A disastrous play from the start. Defense recovers the fumble. Big takeaway.
I think that's on the quarterback and the offensive line. They were breathing down this quarterback's neck before he could even recognize that they were there, and they were able to knock it loose.
First down and goal now. Can they punch it in? On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line. Fights his way in for the score. Touchdown, Bulls.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his second touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. With the extra point, the lead is 14. Getting set to kick the ball off now. And it's fielded. Returner trying to create a big play here. And they've got the returner corralled. Powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. That fumble in the last possession set up a touchdown. And they bounce back from that costly error here. It's a nice game. They'll move the football up to the 27.
Chris, a really good job here by this back to be able to find that hole and pick up the yards for this first down. And, boy, Georgia's had some good backs over the years, and this young man is living up to that tradition today.
They'll tackle him right at the 31.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here, keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
They look to throw it here on second down. He fires this throw and is intercepted. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Boy, just a drive killer right there, Chris. And he didn't seem to throw that ball with much confidence. Just put it up for grabs, and defense comes down with it.
Here comes the USF offense back on the field now. They reached the end zone the last time out, trying to do the same thing here. Hands off to the left. They get him down, but that's a solid gain.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Caught quickly. Then he'll run out of bounds after picking up a few yards on the play.
Boy, the defense brought the blitz, but the quarterback not only recognizes it, but knows where to go with the football. Finds the back out of the backfield and picks up a first down.
On the handoff, they'll test the right side here.
Chris, it's pretty surreal to get to the national championship in this day and age of college football when everybody wants to spread you out and throw the football. This offense has been pounding the rock all year long. And here, how about the first half? This back is having a big day.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Grab near the sticks. It's Sparks. Ball carrier tackled at the 2, a solid gain on that completion.
You know, each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receivers usually are a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers in the inside, not only can they make the catch, but they have quickness to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right here.
The Bulls hoping to punch it in here. They have first and goal. They'll try to run it in on first and goal. He powers into the end zone. Touchdown, South Florida.
Chris, you think this guy, when he went to bed last night at the team hotel, thought he would score not 1, not 2, but 3 rushing touchdowns in one game? What a day.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The extra point is good. They stretch the lead a little bit more. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. And here's the return from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. They'll try to pick up the yardage on the ground. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What's an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
So a tricky situation here. Third and very long inside your own 20. They pressure him and sack him to be tackled inside the 10.
Chris, I think we're starting to see a theme here in this national championship, and to me, it's this defensive pressure. I don't know if I thought that prior to this game, but now that we're watching it here in this first half, that's the second sack. They're getting after this quarterback in a big way today.
The Dogs will line up to boot it away. That's a rough drive for the offense. Punter comes on and boot it away. And the ball is away from his own end zone. And the fair catch signaled for and taken. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Makes a quick catch. And heads out of bounds after a decent gain. Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. A short completion to the tight end. And they get him down to wrap up the first period of play. And USF has the lead here, Kurt. So both teams settling in this battle for the national championship through one quarter. Let's check out the game summary. We'll see if this game gets out of hand before halftime. The crucial second quarter beginning right now. A big play here after the break. Offense trying to convert here on third down. Ball handed to the running back. That moves the football inside the 40, and it's another first down.
Well, that's mano-a-mano right there. Offensive line knowing exactly their assignment, getting a hat on a hat, and that back did just exactly where he needed to go to extend this drive. That's a first down.
He's going to pull it down and run. Offense getting set up. Here's second down. They'll try and run it. Here's the running back. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Tries the right with a quick throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, USF. Still no answer for this offense.
Chris, the timing between the quarterback and the receiver here is exceptional. Great route here to sell that post to the inside and then break it off to the corner. And the quarterback anticipates it well, puts it on the money for that touchdown.
And now they'll set up for the point after. Attack on the PAT again, and it's 28-0. Now they get set to kick it away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. They were held to a quick 3-and-out last time, looking to put together a positive drive here. And the first play of the drive now coming up from the 17-yard line. They start the drive with a quick throw to the right. He's brought down quickly. A short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
Second down after that previous play. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Snags the quick throw. They bring him down, but he was fast enough to get that first down yardage.
Quick, really nice throw here to the slot receiver, and I love the quickness that he has after the catch. He's essentially a running back playing at that slot position. That's how dangerous he is after he makes a catch.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, if somebody talks about a play being blown up, this is a great example of that. That's Exhibit A for how to be physical on defense.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Off target and incomplete.
Chris, I don't know if it's the hype of the national championship, the timing between the quarterback and his receivers, but they have not been able to get anything going at all here in the first half. And the problem is they're already...
And he can't escape. It's a sack for the defense.
I can't believe the amount of pressure this defense is getting on this quarterback. Sack after sack. Boy, you got to think about changing things up. The snap count, the scheme, anything at all to help this offensive line. They're overmatched so far in this game.
The Dogs will have to kick it away. Looking to kick it away for the second time. And the returner brought down by the coverage team there. Here comes the Bulls offense back onto the field. They've really built momentum in this game. They've been hard to stop. Can the defense make some adjustments, come up with a stop here? A pop pass on the jet sweep. And he's tackled for a loss after the catch. The defense all over that one.
That's one of those plays that works better against certain defensive looks, but not every defense is the same. They were all over that one. Let's see if they continue to tack to the outside on the perimeter to set something up downfield.
Catch hauled in here over the middle. And the defense grabs him after the completion. He's just short of a first down.
That's another positive game here for this offense, and this defensive coordinator is going to have to make some kind of adjustments to get this quarterback out of his rhythm. It's the national championship, man. You've got to take chances and mix up your coverages, because right now what you're doing just isn't working.
It'll be enough for a first down, brought down at the 43.
The RPO gives the quarterback so many options, and it puts a lot on the defense. If you overcommit one way, the quarterback's going to make you pay for it. Here, the defense sat back, made it easy. Hand the ball off, let that running back get some good yards.
The Bulls come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. On first down, they'll keep their running game churning. It's a 1-yard gain, 2nd and 9 coming up.
The defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Here's the second down play. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Looking to scramble now. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play. Bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
Third down play for this offense. Can he get there on the ground? They get him at the 42. Good enough for a first down.
Chris, it's the consistency of this back is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback.
And it's the senior getting home with the sack.
There's a nice sack by this defense, something that they've been looking for. They've been on their heels most of this football game. That time they were able to get after the quarterback and bring him down. Let's see if that can provide a bit of a spark. See if they can get a little bit of momentum going their way.
Second down, we're going to throw it. And it's complete downfield. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
The Bulls are going to take advantage of this red zone trip.
Easy.
It's a quick grab. There's a loss after the completion. That's a good play by the defense. It's the 2-minute warning. We've got a blowout developing here before halftime. This is becoming a long drive. Here's play number 9.
Cricket.
Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. Fighting him off. They've got him. Defense comes up with a sack.
I like the call here, but you can't run long, developing play-action passes like that if the offensive line is not going to give the quarterback time to throw.
Now in third and very long, looking to throw. And he decides to just throw it away. That's going to bring up fourth down now.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on fourth down.
So on fourth down, they will settle for a field goal attempt. And he's got it from 48 yards out, showing off the big leg.
The snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
After adding 3 more points to the lead, they're set to kick it off. And the kickoff will be returned. It'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. They're in a hole here before they have a chance to regroup at halftime. Let's see if they can cut into this big lead. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Just gets it away. It's a deep ball. And it's picked off. He throws it right into double coverage and pays for it. And he steps out of bounds. A solid return and a great play to set up his offense here.
I'm going to give the defensive coordinator a tip of the cap here. They went with dime coverage with 6 defensive backs, which gives them a lot more speed on the field. And with those defensive backs, they're able to play better in space. They recognize the ball, step in front of it for a nice interception.
They'll try the right side on the toss. And he'll make his way out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap. He turns around, he flips it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is can they set the edge as an offense? Whether it's an offensive tackle, a tight end in that same direction to where they want to run the ball. Because if they can do that, you get the result that you want just like this. If you don't, oftentimes the play is blown up right at the line of scrimmage.
Breaking tackles. Doesn't get rid of the ball. Trapped. Goodness, that is usually a drive killer.
Well, that's the kind of play right there that this defense has been looking for. Maybe that'll spark them because, let's face it, this game has not gone the way they had hoped. But a play like that sometimes can create some momentum and change the complexion of a football game.
Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Looking to set up a screen pass here. The defense stops him short of the marker in that screen. 4th down coming up. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the 2nd quarter. The decision is not to go for it on 4th down. Here comes the field goal team. And it's good right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He's got a strong leg. I'm surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
So they settle for 3, and now the kickoff. We'll see if the opposing offense has enough time to answer before halftime. And it's fielded. Returner trying to make something happen. And the coverage team gets the returner to the ground. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. Let's see what they do here in the final minute of the half. Try to get aggressive and cut into this lead or play it safe. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up 2nd down.
Everything about this play tells you about today's offenses and what they're asking out of their running backs. You can't just be a guy who runs the football anymore. You have to be able to catch it as well.
And he lofts it toward the left sideline. An outfield shot is incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
Boy, this quarterback is living on the edge. Remember, he threw an interception in the last drive. Thought he might learn from that. Instead, he throws the ball right back into coverage. I thought he threw another pick. He better change the way he's playing the game or he's going to cost his team a game.
Defense able to stop him. It's 4th down now. And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit. And the Bulldogs will line up to kick it away. He's got some daylight turning on the speed. Turner brought down. Sets up the next drive. Here comes the South Florida offense back on the field. Time running out here in the first half. Wouldn't expect them to be too aggressive in this position. So they start the drive looking for some late fireworks here. Less than 30 seconds before halftime. They bring him down quickly, a short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker. The offense will quickly spend a timeout here after the play.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the stand.
They've got him. It's a sack for the defense. Timeout is called to talk strategy. Time for just one or two plays. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of a half. Chance for just a couple more plays. Looking to make a big play downfield. And it's incomplete. Just 5 seconds left on the clock now.
Boy, this is all about the defense here. Nice stop here on third down, but really it's about trying to get this offense behind the sticks. Once you get them behind the sticks, you can mix up your coverages, really affect the quarterback's eyes and disrupt the timing and the rhythm of what the offense is trying to do. Now we've got another big fourth.
And he'll loft this one deep to the left side. And it's incomplete. Tried for a big play there as time runs out in the first half. The Minutes going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Chris, thanks. What else might we expect in a game of this magnitude? Everything on the line, the eyes of the sports world on this battle with the coveted gold trophy at stake.
He'll take the return and try to get some better field position. And the coverage team pins him in and brings him down. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. From the pocket, delivers over the middle. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play. Completion makes it 2nd and short. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. He's stopped, but he gets a first down.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
First down. Looking to throw the football. That's the 3rd pick tonight thrown by this QB. Short return, tackle at the 21, but that's a huge takeaway for this defense.
Just a great job of anticipating that and coming up with a big interception by this defense. Because they have this lead, they've really forced this offense to become one-dimensional. They're expecting the ball to be into the air. The defensive backs have their eyes on the ball, and they're able to capitalize with a big pick here in the net.
Football comes out. Offense keeps possession, recovers the fumble. Hold it. Costly hold, nullifies the play, backs him up 10 yards. First down here for this offense. Takes the toss and heads left. And they finally stop it, but a decent gain that time.
You know, a toss play just starts with the offensive line, whether or not they can set the edge on the outside, whether it's a tackle or a tight end in that same direction. If they do that, you're going to have positive yards. If you can't set that edge, the play's going to blow up.
That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag, doesn't get it. Brings up 3rd down.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
The offense was given a short field. Now can the defense come up with a huge stop here on 3rd down? Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. And is intercepted. Big takeaway. Now looking for a big return. Past the 50. Out past the 30. At the 10 now. Going to take it all the way in. Pick 6. Touchdown, Georgia. Well, the takeaway and the touchdown, that is just a dream play for any defender, Kurt.
Well, let's start with the interception. I just love the fact that he got his eyes turned around, found the football, and then has the athletic ability to be able to secure it.
Then he goes back to high school running back days and shows him what he can do with the ball in his hands and takes it all the way back for a touchdown. Beautiful thing.
And he's tackled. That's where the drive will start. The USF offense is back out there now. They're trying to recover from that last possession. They had things going, but then a pick six, a devastating play. They got to recover from that right now. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Trying to create outside the pocket now. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down.
How about the defense's effort here? You're dealing with one of the more athletic quarterbacks in the country. Anytime he scrambles, you better have 3 or 4 guys pursuing the football. They do a good job of affecting his rhythm by pressuring him to the whistle.
They're backed up here trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Quarterback looking to scramble. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide.
Well, Chris, that's a great example of why we see these college football coaches bringing in baseball coaches to teach these quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy? Make sure he doesn't get hurt. That's exactly what he did on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and then pick up the first down.
He'll hand it off. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
It's not been their day as a defense, but you can see they have not given up. What a big hit into the backfield that time.
Second down play coming up for this offense. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. He'll be smothered right at the line for no gain.
Boy, they're just fundamentally sound, right where you want to be after the completion. Nowhere to go after that catch.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Dropping back. We're going to throw for the first down. Doesn't hold on. Good hit by the DB. Now it brings up 4th down. The Bulls will bring their punt team on the field now. Looking to flip the field here. And the returner is brought down. And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
You get to the national championship, Chris, you'd love to see more balance. They've not been able to run the football the entire game, putting everything on this quarterback in their passing game.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Here's a throw underneath to the back. They'll actually lose yardage after the catch. The defense all over in that time.
The offensive line does everything they can to try to protect the quarterback, to give him enough time to find an open receiver, but there's nobody there downfield. He ends up throwing it to the back. But how about the speed of this defense? Now you're looking at a 3rd down.
He's running out of time here. He just throws that one away. Took a big shot, but avoids the sack. The Bulldogs will send the punt team onto the field. This one will be fair caught. Here comes the USF offense back on the field now. They're trying to build on their lead. They were forced to punt on the last possession. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Opening play of the drive. Quick throw to the left. And he's brought down, but they went backwards after the completion. Good work by the defense. So from the 21-yard line, it's now 2nd and long. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Grab down the middle. It's Parks. They'll stop him at the 34. That will be a first down.
Well, he continues to have time to throw the football, and he makes his defense pay for it. Now, they realized coming into this game they had to take away his ability to throw the football downfield, but it's the receivers and their plays after the catch that's really giving them a hard time.
He pulls in the catch. Made the catch, but he was surrounded, Kirk. Not much room to run.
They did a really good job that time of leveraging him out in space. I thought he might have a chance to be able to shake loose because he is so elusive. But defense, as you said, did a really good job in the open field surrounding him. Just nowhere for him to go to pick up any more positive yards.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. Looking to throw it again. Receiver makes the grab. Breaking free at midfield. And the stop is made, but not before a huge gain moves the ball to the 32.
Well, it's one thing to hear about how fast this receiver is in the scouting report. You look at him on film all week. The defensive coordinator tells you, get ready, this guy can run. And then the reality comes, and this guy can fly. You see it again here. Nice catch.
The Bulls looking to keep this drive rolling.
Yankee blue! Yankee blue!
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Bringing pressure. On the junior, gets home, making a sack.
Chris, he's getting in there so quickly. You might want to consider a chip block with either the tight end or a running back to slow him down. He's just too talented out there.
Looks to his left and makes the completion. Receiver.
Second down.
For a short pitch and catch.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
They come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive going. Can the defense get a stop here? Quarterback drops back. Makes a quick grab. Defense stops him short of the marker, so now it's 4th down.
Now, there's just nothing here for the quarterback to do other than throw it to his back and hope that he could get the yards after the catch, enough for the 1st down. But the defense gives some yards, but not enough for him to get to the sticks.
And that one is no good. That's just a minor blip. What's been a thoroughly dominating performance.
Oh, my gosh, he had him right on target. Unfortunately, he didn't quite have the distance. That hit right in the middle of that crossbar, and they miss out on 3 points.
And that's incomplete. Even on a 1st down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure. Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. There's some pre-snap movement. Back in motion. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Quick throw complete to the tight end. And he's shoved out of bounds by the defense short of the 1st down marker.
Well, that's the thing with this guy. You've got the ability to flex him out. He shows his versatility and what he can do from that slot position. He could be the quarterback safety blanket.
3rd down, out of the shotgun. He's got it for a big gain. That's a huge gain. Stop finally made it a 43.
Boy, the defense missed an opportunity here, put a lot of pressure on this offense. They allow him to convert. They could have got them the 4th down with the lead that they have. Boy, this could have been a knockout punch.
Soccer with a strong tackle there. Important 2nd down play coming up. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. It's caught downfield. We're finally able to bring him down. A big gain to wrap up the third quarter. The USF has the lead here, Kirk. So 3 quarters complete in this battle to crown a national championship. Before moving on, let's check out the game summary so far. And the tight end goes in motion before the snap. First down, looking to throw the ball. Cannot escape that ferocious pass rush. It's a sack.
Between the defensive scheme and the athletic ability of this front and the linebackers getting pressure as well, the way they've been able to harass this quarterback has a lot to do with why they're enjoying such a big lead in the national title.
See if the offense can overcome that sack. 2nd and long. And the quarterback dropping back. Nowhere to go here, and the ball is knocked loose. No turnover. Offense recovers the fumble.
Well, it's a good job by the defense to force the fumble, but you have to have the collective awareness for someone to get on top of it. It's a lucky break for the offense.
He stopped short of the marker, so it's 4th down now.
Well, that's a good job by this offense to at least get some positive yards. They kind of put themselves in a tough spot getting behind the sticks, but now, after that big gain, let's see what happens.
The offense stays on the field, down multiple possessions. Easy choice. Fires it to the wideout. Pass is broken up. Turnover on down. What a stop.
What a great job by this defense, really all game long. It's very fitting. Here we are now in the 4th quarter on a 4th down play. They step up yet again. Now you give the ball to your own offense, you work that clock, and you seal victory.
And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact. No flag. Brings up 3rd down. They come to the line. A long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. Hit just as he throws the ball. And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
Boy, just when it looked like they had complete control of the national championship, they turned the ball over. The only real mistake they could have made to give their opponent a chance.
Here's a fumble way behind the line of scrimmage. It's a turnover. Breaks free down the left side. End zone ahead. Crosses the 10. Touchdown, Bulls. And the defense joins the party with a score.
How about that for this defense? I don't know about you. I might move this guy over to the offensive side. This guy picks up this fumble and shows you not only speed, but what to do with the football. Takes it all the way back for a touchdown.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Kickoff teams come on the field now to send this one away. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be brought down. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Looking out throwing here to start the drive. And he finds a wide open receiver. They forgot about him downfield. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass.
Well, playing with the lead, good job by this defense to keep the receiver in bounds. Try to keep that clock moving, trying to secure a victory.
Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up third down. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. It's a short completion to the big tight end. And he's brought down just short of the marker on that play. Good job by the defense to prevent the first down.
Well, fourth quarter down by a couple of scores. This offense doing everything they can to not just score points, but do it in a hurry, try to preserve the clock. Here, they're tackled in bounds. They don't pick up a first down. Good job by this defense to keep that clock moving.
And he's not going to get there. The defense rises up and makes a huge fourth down stop.
How about the offense being aggressive? They decide to go for it here, and I got to give all the credit to this defense. Being aware, anticipating the call, knowing exactly where they needed to make the stop, and they did it.
They'll run it here. And the Sophomore able to bring him down quickly. Getting set. Here's second down.
Let's go.
Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. They'll have to throw it here on second down. And that pass falls incomplete. Now it's third and short from the 21. Defense trying to make a stand here and prevent a touchdown. And now the handoff. Ball is free in the backfield. Defense falls on the ball. Crucial takeaway. Second, there's a timeout on the field. The coach wants the officials to take another look at that one. Thinks he might get an overturn. Using that challenge, a smart move by the head coach as the officials overturn the previous ruling on the field. So they're short on fourth down. The coach decides to trot out the field goal team. And it's good. And they add to their lead.
Oh, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
So after adding to this big lead, they'll set to kick it away. They'll return it from inside the 5. They'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. That last possession, they got stopped on fourth down in their own end. Let's see if they can get it going this time. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. And he's intercepted for the 4th time tonight.
I just don't think there's anything else you can do as a play caller. You've got to be able to throw the ball downfield. You just got to hope that your quarterback and receivers can execute when the defense knows it's coming. Here, the interception cost them.
Here comes the Bulls offense back onto the field. They kicked a field goal in the last drive. They're looking for the end zone this time. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down.
Easy.
He'll hand it off. They test the middle of the defense, but get nothing.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
Second down play coming up. Offense looking to throw the ball. Running back has it on a screen now. Brought down at the 5 after the catch. The offense really threatening now.
They're still trusting this quarterback to make great throws, and why not? He has had a game you dream about in the national championship. Every throw right on the money. He's had time to make great throws, and he is delivered to be, in my opinion, the MVP of the national title.
Touchdown, South Florida. And the route is on. This back cannot be stopped. He is writing his own chapter in championship game history here tonight.
Chris, can you think of a time where we've seen a back have this kind of dominating performance in a national championship game? I mean, it's been some time. This guy's running hard and just so much fun to watch.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. Returner decides to field it. Oh, he's got a crease here. Look out. Get some blocks. Still going. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Bulldogs. They'll stroll into the end zone. Wow, kick return for a touchdown in the national championship game. This place has come unhinged.
You know, we get so caught up in offense and defense, sometimes people like to overlook the importance of special teams. Here's a great reminder. Big-time blocks up front, and the speed of the return man, he takes it all the way to the end zone.
Fields it inside the 5-yard line. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Here comes the South Florida offense back on the field. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? And they'll keep it on the ground, trying to run some clock. And they'll tackle him about the 23-yard line.
Well, how fitting for him to get another nice carry here, because it's been that kind of game in the national title. We knew coming in that he was going to be showcased. I didn't think he would have this kind of performance on this big of a stage, but he has, and a big reason why they're going to win this national title.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? There's the handoff. They'll tackle him at the 27.
That's the mark of a well-coached team. These guys don't even pay attention to the score. They're just out there executing and churning up yards. Good solid run there as this clock continues to wind down. This offense has had a great day.
They stop him, but it's a first down.
Boy, just a blown opportunity here by this defense. They got him to third down, a chance to potentially get them off the field. And the fact that they're trailing, they needed to make a play. You've got to give credit to this offense. In the national championship, that big offensive line opened up a hole, and they pick up the first down and keep working clock.
Now it's second down here. They'll toss it to the right side. The Bulls are looking to keep this drive going. And that'll do it. We have a national champion. What an emphatic statement to close out this national championship run. You know, the coach told his guys, go out there and leave no doubt. He'd say mission accomplished.
Well, sometimes a team wins a national championship and they just got hot at the right time. I mean, there's other times when it's been clearly the best team in college football all year. To me, these guys have been right up there as a top team in college football, and it's very fitting that they not only win it, but they win it in grand fashion.
Well, that's it. Dramatic punctuation to another outstanding season of college football. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. Officially, your kings of the college football world and national champions, the South Florida Bulls.